I request everyone to take seat. Please be seated. Chief guest is arriving.
Red.
All are requested to please rise. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to one and all. I, Alice Matthews, Associate Course Coordinator of this orientation program, welcome you all to the valediction ceremony. It is indeed an honor for us to welcome Shri J.B. Mohapatra, former Chairman CBDT, as our chief guest for this function. I also take this opportunity to welcome Srimati Vasundhara Sinha, Principal Director General Training NADT, Dr. Vinay Kumar Singh, Additional Director General Planning and Research, and in charge of the Orientation Program 2023, Shri Munish Kumar, Additional Director General Administration, Shri K. Siddharamappa, Additional Director General Induction, Shri H.K. Verma, Joint Director and Course Coordinator of the Orientation Program, Dr. Surjit Kumar Saha, Joint Director and Course Coordinator of the Orientation Program, senior officers from the field, faculty members of NADT, officer trainees of the Orientation Program, members of press and media, ladies and gentlemen. I now invite the chief guest and dignitaries on the dais to light the ceremonial lamp. Let us all pray to the Almighty that all darkness is dispelled and the entire world is filled with the light of joy and peace. Shubham karoti kalyanam arogyam dhana sampada Shatru buddhi vinashaya deepa jyotir namostute. Salutation to the light of that lamp which represents the light of knowledge, wisdom and truth. Thank you, sir, and all the dignitaries on the dais. I now invite the officer trainees of the orientation program to present the academy song.
परम शिखर में सृष्टि हमारी, नव विकास में दृष्टि हमारी, व्याति ग्राम हित ग्राम राष्ट्र हित, जन मंगल हित जीवन अर्पित, नूतन सुजन लाश हमारा, बहुजन हित हम कर आहरिता, जय जन मंगल जय जन त्राता, जय जन जीवन भाग्य विधाता, जय जन मंगल जय जन त्राता, जय जन मंगल जय जन त्राता, जय जन मंगल जय जन त्राता.
Thank you, officers. I now invite Shri H.K. Verma, Course Coordinator of Uttarayan 2023, to present an overview of the orientation program. Please, sir.
Thank you, Alice ma'am. Respected Sri J.B. Mohapatra, former Chairman CVDT and the Chief Guest for today's function, Srimati Vasundhara Sinha, the Principal Director General Training, NADT, Dr. Vinay Kumar Singh, ADG, PNR, and in charge for the Orientation Program 2023, Sri Munish Kumar, ADG Admin, Sri K. Siddharamappa, ADG Induction, Senior Officers from the field, faculty members of the NADT, Officers Trainee of the Uttarayan 2023, my colleagues in the course team, ladies and gentlemen, member of press, a very good afternoon to all of you. It's indeed a matter of privilege for me to present an overview of Uttarayan 2023 before you. I present a brief of the various activities of Uttarayan 2023. This 7-week training program began on 17 July 2023 when 101 newly promoted assistant commissioners joined NADT to undergo this program. 13 of these are lady officers. The officers trainees represent 18 states and 1 union territory, with the highest representation of trainees being from Maharashtra, followed by Bihar and Jharkhand, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. 2 of the officers trainee could not complete the training as they went on leave due to personal exigencies in the 2nd week of training. With the permission of Principal DG, they were asked to report to their place of posting, and a request was made to the Principal CC concerned to nominate them in next course so that they can undergo full training in next orientation program. These newly promoted officers bring with them wide and varied experience in the work area, with the average span of service being around 28 years. The youngest trainee is of 47 years of age, and the eldest one is 58 years old. The training program was designed keeping in view the long experience of the participating officers. The training program aimed to update the knowledge, skills, and abilities of the trainees so as to enable them their effective functioning as Assistant Commissioners of Income Tax. Accordingly, 6 of the 7 weeks were devoted to classroom sessions and a week for Bharat Darshan study tour. Classroom sessions included lectures, panel discussions, group presentation by the officer trainees, and case studies. The best available faculty, mostly Principal Commissioners of Income Tax, Commissioners, and Additional Commissioner, took most of the sessions. The most distinguished feature of the course curriculum was that there were 9 intense modules, each spanning over 1 full day. The topics covered in modules were black money and allowed laws, search and seizure, assessment of search and seizure, capital markets, judicial issues, reopening of assessments, grievance redressal and taxpayer services, and behavioral competencies and communication skills. Apart from modules, the other topics covered were basic concepts in economics and public finance, principle of taxation, NCLT and taxation issues, corporate assessments, issues in faceless assessment, and drafting of assessment orders. Session on specific sectors such as assessment of banks, assessment of cooperative society, assessment of software industry, and assessment of online gaming were taken. This is the age of information technology. With the adoption of automatic accounting systems and proliferation of devices on which data may be stored by businesses, it is imperative for the officers to have the requisite skill sets, know-how, and ability to access data from those systems, devices, and to be able to de-encrypt, decipher it for carrying out investigation. Keeping in view these requirements, a 2-day digital forensic module was devised, which covered the topics such as handling of digital evidence, disk and mobile forensics, Tally and Excel software. Besides theoretical knowledge, hands-on experience was also provided to all the officers trainees. In the present age of globalization, there is a spike in cross-border transactions and international business activity. The reach of our financial footprints often extends over multiple jurisdictions, making international taxation an increasingly critical consideration. The session on international taxation and transfer pricing were designed in such a way that all important areas are covered, which included inter alia, residence and source-based taxation systems, tax treaties, and transfer pricing case studies. Disaster can strike anytime and anywhere, may disrupt normal life and cause human and economic loss. With proper management and structured action, we can prevent or lessen the impact of natural or man-made disasters. The officer trainee visited NDRF Academy at Nagpur to understand the importance of managing themselves and those around them in case of disasters such as accidents, floods, medical emergencies, etc. During the visit, besides theoretical knowledge of disaster management, they also learned the technique of CPR technique, which can save precious human life during the golden hour in case of medical emergencies. A sports fiesta was organized by the officer trainee. 93 officer trainee participated in the sports activities. The sheer number of participants in the fiesta shows that these trainees are equally adept and good in sports and games like badminton, chess, carom, cricket, volleyball, tennis, basketball, football, and tennis. The winners were awarded medals by Sri Dilip Vengsarkar, an eminent cricketer and a member of 1983 World Cup winning team. The officer trainee immensely benefited from the experience shared by him during the interactive session. As part of visit to an industrial undertaking, the officer trainee visited Raymond's factory at Saucer to get insight into the real working environment, plants, machines. It was an opportunity for them to understand the history and culture of the places visited and also improve teamwork and social skills. The officer trainee, as a concerned citizen, have given the desired attention to the ecology and environment, and each of the officer trainee has planted one tree in NADT. A cultural evening was also organized on 27th by the officer trainees, where they showcased their talent in skit, song, dance, and music. The evening was an extremely enjoyable one. One remarkable event during the training was that the officer trainee had an opportunity to interact with Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Jagdeep Dhankar, during Praniti lecture series. It enabled the officer trainees to gain an insight into the thinking at the top. This was the program that was undergone by the trainees in the 7 weeks that they spent in academy and on Bharat Darshan study tour. With this, I wish all the officer trainees of Uttarayan 2023 the very best in life and a successful career ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. May I now request our Principal Director General Training, Srimati Vasundhara Sinha Madam, to kindly deliver the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
The chief guest of the event, Shri J.V. Mahapatra, former Chairman, Central Board of Direct Taxes, my colleagues on the dais, esteemed guests and senior officers, faculty members, officer trainees of Uttarayan 2023, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to all of you. We are privileged to have amongst us Shri J.V. Mahapatra, former Chairman CBDT, who has very kindly consented to be with us today for this valediction ceremony of the Orientation Program 2023, Uttarayan. The Academy has been privileged to host him earlier as well. His clarity and command over matters related to taxation are widely known and acknowledged. On behalf of Team NADT, I take this opportunity to welcome him and also express our collective gratitude for his gracious presence today. This ceremony today marks the conclusion of the 7-week course organized by NADT for the newly promoted Assistant Commissioners of Income Tax. It included 1 week of Bharat Darshan and a host of extracurricular activities in addition to the very stringent and hectic 7+ hours schedule of daily academic inputs. It is my pleasure to report that this group of nearly 100 officers has demonstrated a high level of motivation, commitment, and involvement in all the activities undertaken during the training. Their level of interest, keenness, and interaction consistently drew appreciation from our in-house and guest faculty, many of whom declared it as the best of the orientation program batches they have come to so far. Their feedback suggests that we have been successful in making these 7 weeks useful for them. So I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the officer trainees of the Orientation Program 23 on the successful completion of the program. I'm sure that the skills and learning that they have acquired during the training here would enable them to perform their new roles as ACIT in a more effective, efficient, and professional manner. The training program had been designed in a way that it provided insights on a variety of topics and work areas, and we hope that these will be of immense help at the workplace, and it would be reflecting in their professionalism and commitment. The training inputs have not just covered technical and legal aspects of their work, but also areas pertaining to communication skills, taxpayer services, and gender sensitization. The 9 specialized modules devised for this course must have helped them in brushing their knowledge and also helped in developing comfort and mastery over the topics covered therein. The batch actively participated in other activities like morning yoga and PT, sports events, and cultural events, the finale of which was held last Sunday. Several trainees have told the course team that their participation in morning activities has rejuvenated them and that they plan to continue the morning activities in future also. I do hope they stick to their word. It was heartening to note that out of total 99 trainees, 93 participated in at least one or more sports activities. The officer trainees, as concerned citizens, have also given the desired attention to the environment, and each of the trainees has planted 1 tree to make the academy. With these words, I once again welcome our chief guest, Shri J.B. Mohapatra, to this valediction ceremony. His presence here today will further motivate the officer trainees, and I'm sure that they will take back many good memories of this academy. On a personal note, it has been my proud privilege to be heading this August Academy. I was present here when this program was inaugurated, and I am so glad that I am here today on my very last day in service to see the valediction ceremony. I once again wish all the officer trainees of Uttarayan 2023 the very best in their future life. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that welcome address. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Shri J.B. Mohapatra, sir. Shri J.B. Mohapatra, sir, belongs to the 1985 batch of Indian Revenue Service. During his illustrious career, sir has worked as Principal CCIT Hyderabad before being elevated as member CBDT. Sir retired as Chairman CBDT on 30th April 2022. During his tenure in the department, sir has worked at Raipur, Bhilai, Bhubaneswar, Rourkela, Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, Nagpur, and Hyderabad in various capacities in Circle, Special Range, Central Circle, Vigilance, and Appeals. Apart from the department, sir has also worked on deputation as Joint Secretary, Rajya Sabha Secretariat, and also as Joint Secretary and Financial Advisor in the Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. We would all like to hear our esteemed chief guest on this momentous occasion. I now kindly request Mohapatra sir to address the gathering. Please, sir.
Principal DG, NADT, Vasundhara Sinha, all ADGs, Sinha sir, my colleagues, officer trainee who are passing out after a 7 week of training from NADT. Gives me immense pleasure and pride to be here with you and to speak to you on things which have shaped you up so far and the challenges which as an officer you will be facing up in the field once you go out and see for yourself how things are stacked up. Challenges which you can convert into opportunities, or challenges which will decapacitate you and will hold you as incapable of delivering. The choice is clearly yours. During this 7 week training, I am told that you went through the rigors of great academic exercises, also had some extracurricular elements thrown in. Believe it is a miniature version of what the regular batches would go through in their longish tenure in the initial days of training. It may be a replica of the same model of equipping you with some intellectual input and some level of camaraderie and fellow bonding among the officers of the same batch or close batches. The bonding which develop in course of training, its importance as part of the overall soft skill has never been overemphasized, but I believe it has got its own place. As a department, we suffer from not talking enough among ourselves. That is the problem, that our problems, whether they are intellectually triggered, operationally triggered, or other problems, we somehow nurture those issues privately and we never get an answer which will have a resonance among others. We need to talk. We need to talk. Colleagues need to talk. Seniors need to talk. Juniors need to talk. So this is one element which I believe is lacking. Because at the end of the day, if you look at our department, no department in the government, I am not boasting about my department being better than others, but the kind of intellectually driven exercises which we do, hardly any department would be doing the exercise. Mostly they are administrative rule conditioned departments, or they are departments which are thoroughly driven by rules. For a long time, till about 4 to 5 years back, we were not so much about rules, right? We are more into the substance of the law, the logic of the law, giving free rein to our opinions, our considered opinions on issues, right? But of late, you will realize that there is some kind of atmosphere is getting created. One doesn't know whether it's the right or the wrong, but we are getting into a rule-bound department, right? Everything driven by law, everything driven by rule, and the rules are being supplemented, and they are being, they are being driven on the system, by the system, right? So, the confluence of the rule, don't mistake rule for the law, right? Rule is a subset of law. So, the confluence of the rule, pure rule, and the technology. So, it's a character change for the department as well, right? There would be hardly any rule or any form which now is not digitized, both at the front facing and at the back end. The principal DG system has given the powers to digitize, with approval of the central government, any rule that it deems fit. There are hardly any rule now, you tell me, which is not digitized, right? Filling out the ITRs online, that is only one thing. But for everything, from 44 AB reports to just name it, everything is driven by a rule, and the system is getting geared to understand the rule and to apply that rule. So, the point I make is that if the system understands the rule and administers the rule in the manner which it knows best, what is the element, what is the use of having manpower also to look at the administration of the system? That means the human resource here that are designed to administer the system got to be better than the system, right? You have to monitor what the system is doing. You have to be better than a computer. That is where your understanding of the fundamentals of the tax, the policy, the law, it's extremely important. As you know, our income tax is a fantastic architecture of different things placed at different places. Your success as an officer would depend on how quickly you grasp the architecture and tell yourself, I am here and I am to reach there. And these are the pathways to reach over there, right? Understand, because at the end of the day, everything you do to the administration of the act has ramifications, not independent, but dependent on something else, right? So, understanding the different telescoping of implications of different provisions and trying to make a sense out of those areas, that will be your greatest challenge. At the end of the day, the greatest pride of a department officer at the level of assistant commissioner and above would always be the sustainable demand which you create, right? After 37, 38 years, in my case, Sinha Saab would have put in more than what I have put in probably. We always would go back to our assistant commissioner of the assessing officer days and say that in that year, in that case, in that particular facts, we came up with this interpretation which is sustained in appeal, right? You will remember the cases which you handled, not the great administration which you did, although it is relevant, but you will not remember those, right? When you tell the stories to your grandchild, it will always be, in that case I did that thing, right? So, the pride and the challenge would be coming in raising sustainable demand, right? And sustainable demand What I mean is that that number, unfortunately, is not commensurate to the volume of taxes we are collecting. We collected from 1819, what figures I remember, we had a net tax collection of something like 11 lakhs, 11.19 lakh crores in 1819. We fell to 10 lakh crores in 1920. We fell to 9 lakh crores in 2021. We went up to 14.09 lakh crores in 21-22. Now we are 16.62 lakh crores, right? Big numbers. But out of the big numbers, the regular, there will be various components of the collections, right? There would be the advance tax, there will be the self-assessment tax, there will be the regular tax, and there are few other taxes, right? The regular tax numbers has never risen above 65 to 70,000 crores, right? So out of 16 lakh crores, if 60,000 crores alone is coming from the regular demand, there is an issue over here. In my view, if the net collections is rising by that much, of course it is because of the systems and the better rules and policies in place, but our effort to raise a good quality demand, that is what will give you your pride of place in society, pride of place among the departments. So how do you raise that demand? Good searches, yes, but better assessment to the searches. Extremely important. Our searches should not be limited to the first page headline. What happens thereafter? Nobody's business. No way, right? Good quality assessment orders is what you will be remembered by, right? And once you understand the various mechanisms of creating a quality order, things would vastly improve. People respect and respect the department not because of its great whatever administrative work, or that is part of the whole package, but they respect because of the intellectual heft and capital which you are having, right? Make the best use of it by raising those demands which will stand the test of law and higher judiciary's interpretations, right? If you look at the highest judiciary, Supreme Court, hardly any questions of law, great questions of law, which are remaining pending for answer, right? We are not capable of raising those issues which should go to the highest court. That's a worry, right? In the present times, with the faceless assessment, major part of your assessment will be done without you physically seeing the taxpayer or his auditor or his AR, right? It's a double challenge. I don't think that we would have, in our time, would have been capable of handling the faceless assessment in the same manner which we did on a physical basis. It's like the physical thing is like, the physical thing is like seeing a movie, right? Everything is coming, right? You can see the body language, everything, right? And the faceless is like, reading the paperback, right? Reading the paperback. That's the difference. So you have to imagine that this should have been there. But my belief is that there is enough and more in the Income Tax Act and the administration of the Income Tax Act, the policies and the rules, which will empower you to go for the jugular at the right time, with the right intent and with the right strategy. If you need to have a 133A or something like that on a particular issue, I think nothing in the world will prevent you from getting it done, to get an answer to your query, right? My advice to you is that if you are going to administration or to other secretariat level posting, well and good. There is hardly any place in the department which does not make you learn, right? Every place will make you learn. But if you are going to assessment, either in the faceless or in the central, try to understand the limits of your potential. Many of our officers, they fail to understand, fail to estimate the true extent of the potential of the Income Tax Act which is available to them, That's where the problem is. Then you feel defeated. Then you feel that, oh, okay, this Income Tax Act is not empowering me to do these things. I don't think that to do the right thing, the Income Tax Act has any limitation on your free exercise of judicious power. So this is one of the two things which I would tell you, that get better at raising demand if you are in assessment. In any other position, get better at understanding the Income Tax Act from that positions, right? Many times, many of the officers, including me, I would say that I learned income tax when I was not in assessment. I was elsewhere, like I was there in vigilance for 5 to 7 years. 4 to 5 years I was there. Probably I would have learned about income tax more in those years than when you are outside the department. Then you will learn about the Income Tax Act and the department much better, with much clarity than you are in the department. But being in the department, probably you have a biased, a jaundiced view of things. Once you are away, it's a better coverage. It gives you, it opens your ideas that how an outsider will be looking at things. So challenges before you, to me, is that regular demand, right? That number for the department as a whole has to increase, right? And second, which I have not told yet, the numbers of the income tax payees also are increasing, right? From 3.5 crores in 2014, now it is 7.50 crores, which is a big number, right? But PAN allotment is like 55 crores. And out of the 55 crore PAN, we have a 7.5 crore of returns. There could be 100 reasons as to why there is a mismatch between the PAN holders and the number of income tax payees actually. But there is a great room to increase the effective numbers also. Effective numbers, because that financial literacy about banking, etc., it has percolated down to the masses, right? Everybody knows what's a bank account, how to operate the bank account. But about tax literacy, we have not done enough, right? People on the field also know better that unless tax literacy among the masses increase, right, through physical, personal contacts, associations, contact, etc., the numbers will not increase. So need to increase the effective also taxpayers. To me, jump from 14 lakh crores last year to 16 lakh crores this year is only the tip of the iceberg. Income tax is capable of delivering much more than what you can imagine, right? And between the two taxes, which give the muscle, the financial muscle, which gives sustenance to the government to survive, direct and the indirect tax. Direct tax is around 54 now to indirect tax 46, right? We are the heavy lifting horse of the government, right? But 16 lakh crores again is the tip of the iceberg. There is more to come. There is more to come, and more will come because systems and the policies are getting slowly into place, and human intervention, and monitoring of those cases, etc., through human hands, practical impossibility. But wherever you get a chance, right? Wherever you get a chance, look at how the act, the intent of the act is getting defeated on the field, right? The machine cannot distinguish between a legitimate tax planning and an illegitimate structured planning. No way. It's the human mind, human eye, which can decipher, right? You will need to have that eye to decipher what's right under the law and what's not permissible. So, all the best to you. Get better at what you do. I hope the training will have contributed to your strengthening as an officer in the days ahead. I would love to hear good things about you in future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind and valuable words of wisdom and inspiration. We now move to the distribution of certificates and medals. We now move to the distribution of certificates and medals of our trainees. I request, as I read out the name of officer trainees, I request you to come forward and receive your certificates. I request our chief guest, Shri Mohapatra sir, to do the honors. Shri A. Sanjay Krishna. Shri A. Sitapati. Shri A.U. Bende. Shri Abhay Kumar Rajwar. Miss Ajanta Das Chaudhary. Shri Amiya Kumar Sinha. Shri Anup Kumar Shamrao Tagade. Shri Arvind S. Ramteke. Shri B. Ram Manohar. Shri B. Tyagaraju. Shri Bhaskara A. Shri Chandramani Eknath Avsarmol. Shri Chitranjan Kumar Singh. Shri Damisetti Murli Krishna. Shri Daniel Clement Selham. Shri David Topo. Miss Devki M. Shri DSV Subbarao. Shri Dhan Singh Meena. Shri Dinesh Kumar Kajot. Shri G. Krishna Rao. Shri Gajanan Yashwantrao Hedao. Miss Gayatri S. Shri Hari Krishna Kunde. Shri Hemant Kumar. Shri Hemant N. Gaikwad. Shri Hemant Samdarshi. Shri Hitendra Kumar R. Rathod. Miss Indrani Sen Chaudhary. Shri J. Ramkumar, Shri Jai Prakash N. Singh, Shri K. K. Bajiraukar, Shri K. Tulsidas, Ms. Kamala Prashant Bhatkal, Shri Shirode Ranjan Mandal, Shri Lalit Nath Jha, Shri Lakshman Singh, Shri M. B. Mamtani, Shri Manish Banerjee, Shri Manoj Kumar, Shri Manish Kumar, Shri Manoj Kumar, Ms. Meenakshi SP, Shri Marvin D. Paes, Shri Milind Kulkarni, Shri Mohinder Arora, Shri Murari Lal Meena, Ms. Nagavalli KS, Ms. Nilima Rajiv Kamble, Shri Nilesh Baburao Talkar, Ms. Nupur Mukherjee, Shri P. N. Bokade, Shri P. Satyaprasad, Shri Parimal Argan PJ, Ms. Pramila Biswa Ghatani, Shri Pawan Kumar, Shri Pemba Sharing Yolmo, Shri Prabodh Kumar, Shri Pradeep Kumar, Shri Prakash Chandra Chauhan, Shri Prashant A. Gorde, Miss Prem Meena, Shri R. Srinivas Murthy, Shri R. V. Ramana Murthy, Shri Rabindra Kumar Chaudhary, Shri Rajaram Shankar Jadhav, Miss Rajshri R. Chavan, Shri Rajesh Kumar Pathak, Shri Raju D. Thakur, Shri Rakesh Kumar Singh, Shri Rakesh Somai, Shri Ramesh Porandala, Shri Ranganathan R, Shri Ratnesh Kumar Singh, Shri Ravindra Hiralal Soni, Shri Robin Sindram, Shri S. Hari, Shri Sanjoy Chakravarti, Shri Santosh Kumar, Shri Selvaraj K, Shri Shailendra J. Bele, Shri Shamsher Singh Lohan, Shri Shankar Roy Chaudhary, Shri Sher Singh Meena, Shri Shri Raman Kumar, Shri Sivard Narendra Kongari, Shri Subbarao Gururaj, Shri Shubhato Nandi, Shri Sudipto H, Shri Sukesh Adhikari, Shri Sukumar Biswas, Shri Sukumar Biswas, Shri Sunil Bonda, Shri Suresh G. Kamble, Shri Suresh Kumar EV, Shri Tapas Kumar Sarkar, Miss V. Bindu Jayarajan, Shri V. Dayanand Prasad, Shri V. Ratnaraju, Shri Vinod Thakur, Shri Virendra Kerketa. With this, we come to the end of our certificates. Please. Yes, sir. Yes, correct. Yes. We now move to the distribution of Principal Director General's Gold Medal Award for Academic Excellence and for Overall Performance. I would read out the name of Gold Medal for Academic Excellence. I request Shri P. Satyaprasad on the stage to receive the Principal DG's Award for Academic Excellence. Please give a big hand. The award for Now I announce the name of the award for overall best performance for this orientation program. The Principal Director General's gold medal for overall performance goes to Ms. S. Gayatri. Please come on the stage. Now, as a token of our love and affection, I request our Principal Director General, Ma'am, Srimati Vasundhara Sinha, to kindly present a memento to our Chief Guest, Shri J.B. Mohapatra. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. As now we have reached to the end of this valediction program, I request Dr. Surjit Kumar Saha, Joint Director and Course Coordinator of Uttarayan 2023, to propose a vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, senior officers of the department, my colleagues, officer trainees of the Orientation Program 2023, members of the press and media, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks at the momentous occasion of the valediction ceremony of the Orientation Program 2023. I thank our chief guest, Sri J.B. Mohapatra sir, former chairman CBDT, for his gracious presence in this ceremony and for his words of wisdom and inspiration. His words of wisdom and inspiration will motivate us all in our career. I thank our Principal Director General, Srimati Vasundhara Sinha Madam, for her continuous guidance and inspiration in conducting this training program. I thank Dr. Vinay Kumar Singh, ADG Planning and Research NADT, for being instrumental in meticulously planning the and execution of this training program. I thank Sri Munish Kumar, ADG Admin NADT, and his dedicated team for the excellent stay, logistics, and mess facilities provided to all the officer trainees and the guest faculties of this training program. I thank Sri K. Siddharampa, ADG Induction NADT, for his guidance and support during this training program. I thank Sri DNS Sinha, former member CBDT, and esteemed senior officers of the department for their gracious presence in this event. I thank all the guest faculties and from and outside the department for accepting our invitation and for the very interesting, informative and thought-provoking sessions taken by all of them. I thank all the faculty members of NADT for their support and suggestions in conducting this training program. I thank all the members of the press and media for covering this event. I thank all the staff members of NADT who have been directly or indirectly involved in this training program for contributing to the success of this training. Most importantly, my grateful thanks goes to all the officer trainees of the Orientation Program 2023 for actively participating in this training program and for the comradeship, discipline and commitment shown by all of them during this entire training program. All good things must come to an end, and so is this orientation program. We meet to create memories and we depart with a fervent hope of meeting again. So with this fervent hope of meeting again, I thank all the officer trainees of the Orientation Program 2023 for their immense contribution for its success. I wish all of them a blessed and successful future. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. We now rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल उत्कलवङ्गा विन्ध्य हिमाचल यमुना गङ्गा उच्चल जलधितरङ्गा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशिष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मङ्गलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I now request all the dignitaries and all present to join us for lunch at the Akshaya Mess. I request you all to be kindly seated till the dignitaries leave, and then you all leave, please, for the Akshaya Mess.